What's going on, everybody? Low Mint Condition bring us into this edition of Just Sports with your boy Craig D. Hendricks. Get at me at justsports at yahoo.com. Send me your comments, what you're thinking about these NBA finals or whatever sport you want to talk about, and maybe I'll read your comment on the podcast and get back to you on email. You can also get at me at Craig Hendricks on Twitter. All right, so now we've got what it is. Warriors are up 2-0. Cavaliers up 1-0. Both teams seem to be rolling. We don't know what Kawhi's doing in the next game. Was it a dirty play? I don't know, man. I don't know. If it was a dirty play, then the best actor in history plays for the Golden State Warriors in the form of Pachulia. It seemed to me like he went for the closeout. As soon as the shot went up, he turned. He took a little shuffle step, but he turned and was going the other direction. You can't. He wasn't even looking at the ground to see where his foot was. But I understand the concept that you got to give somebody space to come down after taking a shot. So in that sense, I think it's a little dirty. But I don't think there was intent. Now, intimidation and intent to hurt is two different things. Sasha's comments after made me feel even more that there wasn't intent. You know, he plays this game too. And that's what he said, and that's real talk. You know, one thing athletes have in common in most sports is even when they don't like you, like if they're competitive against another player in a sport and they just don't like you, they're not going to try to hurt you where it could hurt your career because they do have a brotherhood, irregardless. Now, they may not say one word to each other on or off the court, but they're not going to try to injure somebody to where it damages their career, even when they're having fights. That's not their mentality, even though it may be to knock you out. So I think it was a little dirty in action, but not dirty in intent. So moving on, Spurs are down 0-2. They got blown out in the second game. LaMarcus Aldridge looks lost. Lost. He looks lost. He really does. That whole team, with the exception of Kawhi's replacement, Mr. Simmons, who wisely is playing for the rest of his career and the rest of his contracts, he looks good. He looks like a player. He looks like somebody that all that practice time going up against Kawhi and whoever else has helped him. He looked ready to play. LaMarcus looked lost. You know, you could go to a team as he did and going to the Spurs and buying into the greatness that is the San Antonio Spurs and Greg Popovich and motorcycles going outside of our studio. Please excuse the noise. You could go to this team or teams like it and feel like you're really buying in to a great situation with a great coach, and you just don't fit in the way you thought you would. I think this is the case for LaMarcus. I think he doesn't fit in the way he thought he would. And I put that on the coach. I put that on Greg Popovich. You've got to make one of your star players fit into your system with his game the way he needs to fit in. He needs to be motivated to be a dominant player, not a good player, going 4 for 11 when you don't have Kawhi Leonard. 11 shots from your second biggest star on the team? Come on now. Come on now. He should have been shooting from the locker room. He should have been dominant on the post. He can't allow the guys to push him off the block like he's being pushed off the block. He's being pushed off the block. And you got to give credit to Draymond, who, as I've stated in the past, is an absolute beast. He reminds me a lot of Dennis Rodman and those kind of players. Just comes in and does all the dirty work. He's improved in his shooting. So I think we're on a collision course for Warriors, Cavs. Now, LeBron and the boys had their first game with Boston. And I'm on the record. I hate everything Boston. Don't get me wrong. I respect the people. I've been to the town many times. The food is great. The atmosphere is great. I love the fishing in their waters. I hate this sports team. I'm a New Yorker at heart, New Yorker till I'm gone. And when you're born and raised in Yankee Stadium and Shea Stadium, you just can't root for anything Boston. Though I have to give their coach a lot of credit. I think he's pushed all the right buttons on this team. I think they've shown fight and moxie. And they are the number one seed. Now, this is no epiphany of a statement. Clearly, the Cavs didn't care about the number one seed. And I'm on the record for saying that the Cavs will win the NBA championship this year because as much as I love KD, he is my second favorite player next to LeBron and has been a favorite of mine since he was at Texas. I think LeBron owns KD, and I don't care where he goes. I think LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Love, J.R. Smith, on and on and on, Kyle Korver, Darren Williams, Mr. Shumpert, on and on, will find a way to beat the Golden State Warriors. Now, I've got a friend that is riding with those Warriors, and he's having a good year because his Tar Heels won a title. Now, I'm not saying that Boston can't get a game or two in this series, but you got to get four to go to the finals. And I just don't see it happening. You know, a lot of people said LeBron was past his prime. I don't see it. He's averaging 35 points a game on over 50%, like 55% or something like that shooting. If that's past your prime, I think most guys would take that. I'm just telling you, his team is, when they're focused and they don't start taking minutes off during the game and taking opponents for granted, and they seriously take the time to play every possession, and they're playing good defense, and so are the Warriors. I think we're on a collision course for those two teams to play. Let's take a second to acknowledge our sponsors. Gentlemen, ladies, don't wait till there's a tragedy, a loss of a loved one, and you can't take action to protect the ones that you love. Reach out to an agent who truly cares at Success, the number 4, you and yours, at gmail.com. Success, the number 4, you and yours, at gmail.com. And find out about products like mortgage protection, whole and term life insurance, and protect the ones you love. You'll be glad you did. They have great packages, affordable packages based on your needs. Neighborhood Connections, the Triangle magazine that connects businesses with its community. Log on to neighborhoodconnectionsnc.com. Find out how your business can connect to its community. Now I'm looking at this potential finals, and I was telling you I got a friend that rides with the Warriors. I'm riding with the Cavs. And our biggest discrepancy thus far is who's got the better bench. So reach out to me at Craig Hendricks on Twitter, justsports@yahoo.com, and tell me who you think has the better bench between the Cavs and the Warriors. I'm anxious to hear from you. I picked the Cavs to win this Eastern Conference Finals in 5. I think Boston will figure out a way to get 1. But I've got Cavs in 5, and I've got Cavs in 7 against the Warriors in the finals. And I think San Antonio could have made that Western Conference Finals interesting if Kawhi Leonard would have been healthy. And I'm not disparaging Greg Popovich, but he's going to have to coach his tail off and get LaMarcus Aldridge involved in every possession on both sides of the court. He's going to have to get him on the block, immovable, to use his advantage that he has as a shooter. Because I'm tired of seeing that fall away, one leg up jump shot of his. It's driving me crazy. And if you're going to take that shot, take more than 11 shots, LaMarcus. Come on, man. You're a better player than that. Watch Derek Jeter get his plaque in Monument Park at Yankee Stadium. I asked my little son, who we're trying to get into a little league baseball, maybe t-ball, he's still young, what number he wanted to wear. And with no knowledge of Derek Jeter at all, he told me number 2. So if he has an eighth of the career that Derek Jeter had in years to come, he would have been doing all right. Now, Derek Jeter's not my favorite Yankee of all time, but he's right up. My favorite Yankees of all time played on that team with Greg Nettles and Reggie Jackson and Lou Piniella and Thurman Munson, Roy White. Those were my favorites. But Mariano and the boys were great too. I want you to tell a friend. Download the Spreaker app and pull up Just Sports on their phone. Give me a listen. Tell a friend. Share it. You'll be helping me. And I love you all. For now, it's your boy, Craig D. Hendricks, on Twitter